Iran officially confirms military support from Russia and China in war against the US. Okay, so let's quickly jump to the comment section on Reddit. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to sort by top. Let's have a look at what the top comments have to say. Yes. US invades Iran. Iran restrict oil supply in the Middle East. US lifts sanctions on Russian oil. Spends 150 million a day on Russian oil. Russia spends that money on helping Iran. Got to keep their drone supplies happy, I guess. Iran used that help to keep restricting oil supply in the Middle East. US keeps buying Russian oil. Russia keeps helping Iran. Anyone else seeing this absurd loop? Yeah. No, I think a lot of us see the absurd loop and we're quite baffled, really. What exactly is Trump up to? I mean, I'm not even quite sure that he knows what he's up to. I'm not even sure he knows why he went into Iran. I have a feeling it has something to do with Israel, perhaps something to do with the Epstein files. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, that is a very accurate and observant comment on the situation. Although it's meant to be satire and whatever like that. It's sad, but it's true. It's a kind of a weird circle going on there. You forgot the part where Trump said high oil prices are a good thing, and we're going to make lots of money. I'm sure every time MAGA spends $200 to fill up their tanks, they will be happy because they're owning the libs. Absolutely. You have to own the libtoids once in a while, You have to really, spend a lot of money sometimes to own them, but it's always worth it. Good thing we took those oil sanctions off Russia. Yeah, so there's a bit of a common theme with these comments, isn't there? I mean, it's definitely looking at Russia, it's looking at the oil, it's looking at the sanctions and scratching our heads, going, what exactly is the thought process there behind the US administration? I need a better source than this website. What exactly is this website? It is United 24 Media. Yeah, I have to admit, I haven't heard of them before. It's not to say that they are bad or not credible, but this guy's come up with a news source from Reuters, which we can definitely trust more than some unknown one. This is also fucked. Mango is going to start World War III. I mean, I really hope he doesn't start World War III, but by the sounds of things, with military support from Russia and China, it's definitely looking like it. Although I don't want to say it's really looking like it because that does sound a bit alarmist and a bit like hyperbole and a bit jumping to conclusions. But it makes sense really for Russia and China to sort of soft support Iran. They're not probably going to directly send troops and they're not going to start directly bombing American targets themselves, but it definitely helps them to support Iran in this war and to, not just militarily, but for economic reasons as well, obviously for the oil. Fact of the matter is, if Russia and China see this stupid war as an opportunity to hurt the US while keeping themselves, why would they not take it? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's logical for them to help Iran. Iran is their ally. They've been an ally for a long time. And so far in this war, we haven't really seen them take a hard stance on anything, although we have guessed that Russia has been supplying intelligence to Iran on certain US targets. We've kind of guessed that, but I mean, we could also just assume that that's absolutely correct. I mean, we can also draw some parallels to the Ukraine war where Europe and NATO at large are sort of providing Ukraine with intelligence and arms and funding, in the war against Russia. So, these two separate wars definitely have parallels. The same Russia we just lifted sanctions on. Yeah, that same one. Why did you lift sanctions on them? I mean, that is the question, right? That's the $1 million question. It's okay because Putin allows Trump to suck his cock so that Putin doesn't release the videos of Trump raping children. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have read that comment out aloud, but I mean, it's okay. It's done now, and it's out there. And I mean, that's what Reddit thinks, and that's got 2,600 upvotes. It's right there. Um, yeah, I'm not going to say much more on that right now. It's not Putin with it, it's Netanyahu. I mean, it's both, right? I mean, if anyone's got the unredacted Epstein files, it's definitely Russia, it's definitely Israel, amongst others, and they can use that for leverage, and they certainly are. Of course they are. A common enemy makes for strange bedfellows, or in this case, predictable ones. Absolutely. Uh, just wait until our allies show up. Oh, wait. Yep. Yep. Did Russia or China confirm that too? I mean, that would be important if they did confirm it. However, logically, why would they? China hasn't even confirmed they're providing support to Russia for Ukraine's invasion, despite evidence. Don't expect them to ever confirm it. I mean, exactly. These countries don't need to confirm it. They're not obliged to, and why the fuck would they? It's definitely not in their interest to announce that, because they can play multiple hands by doing that. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Let's just see. I wish EU stays as far from this war as possible. Orange Cheeto says Ukraine war is European problem. Well, this is his problem. It absolutely is his problem. And he is really trying to draw in other, I want to put allies in inverted commas there, to try and help him. But we really are not going to. And, I can't say that for absolute fact, because, I'm not running EU countries. But I really hope that we stay the fuck away. It has all the smells of a very, very, very bad decision, and it's probably going to end really badly for America. I guess we'll see. Good thing we burned our allies and will continue to support Russia while Russia supports the opposition. Yeah. I mean, this is the genius of Trump, though, isn't it? I mean, this is the 500-dimensional chess game that he's playing right now. US is alone in this one. Trump threatened and treated Europe like dog shit. Now the US and Israel are alone. Yeah, shame. Poor Israel. Oh, poor America. There's also the question of why. Why the fuck did this start? No one seems to have that answer. I've just covered this. It could have something to do with Epstein. It definitely has a lot to do with what Israel wants in that particular region. I'm not going to say too much on that. And since Trump gave Russia a break on sanctions, America is another country supporting Iran, who they are also bombing. Donald J. Trump is a traitor to America and a fucking imbecile. I mean, he really is an imbecile. There's no other way of thinking about it. He is literally aiding the enemy during a time of war. That is high treason. Let's have a look at some controversial opinions here. Let's see what some of the controversial comments say. So it's World War III then. Great, thanks, Mango Mussolini. Great job. Le World War III circle jerk in every thread, every day on Reddit for the past 10 years. I mean, I will admit there are a lot of comments that are literally talking about World War III and mentioning it. And I think people aren't entirely serious when they write these comments. I think they know that it's not actually World War III, but could it turn into World War III? It absolutely could. And the thing with world wars is you don't really know that you're in one until quite later on. It's history that can sort of look back and decide when it started. And for us, we may already be sort of in it. And in sort of 20, 30 years, the history books might say that it started way back when. It might have started during the invasion of Ukraine. Who knows? But it's really not right to say that this is World War III or that we are definitely in World War III. I mean, it's not. But could it go that way? It absolutely could. Congratulations, proxy World War III. I can't fucking believe it. Well, you better believe it, because it is a war, and it looks like other countries are sort of getting involved. What what else have we got here? We've got a lot of downvoted comments. We've got a lot of negative comments. Sounds like the start of a world war. I mean, that is the common theme amongst the sort of controversial and downvoted comments, is people pointing to say it is a world war and it's going to be World War III, blah, blah, blah. Let's have a look at, I think we've looked at Tom. Let's have a look at, let's just look at best. I think we might have already covered this. Yeah. Yeah, I think these comments we've already had a look at. It's really circling around the whole thing of sanctions on Russia. Why were they lifted if Russia's going to be helping Iran? I mean, that's the question, right? It doesn't make sense. People are trying to make sense of it. And that's the problem, is if you try to make sense of the thinking of Donald Trump, your brain might explode. It's not something you should do. It's not safe to try and question the logic there, because you won't come up with anything. You won't have an answer. You'll just be left with more questions. And that's what this thread seems to. You're going to start World War III. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. So let's keep an eye on this, because obviously we don't want it to turn into a world war, but at the same time, Reddit will obviously love to jump to conclusions and jump to the World War III part and all that. But right now, we're not entirely sure. It looks like it's just America, Israel versus Iran, and Iran is attacking its neighbors, as we know. We're fairly sure that China and Russia are providing support to Iran in the form of intel, perhaps money, perhaps drones, that kind of stuff. But I mean, is there anything else more to say on this? Not right now. Donald Trump is the biggest fucking moron. Maybe we should leave it there. I mean, that pretty much sums up the last couple of weeks. It maybe probably the last couple of years, but I mean, really, it's this war, isn't it? I mean, out of all the things he's done in his sort of second term, this war is the one that makes us scratch our heads the most and go, what the fuck were you thinking?